All right, what's good, y'all? So we decided to try a little something different today, and start a podcast. So I'm Josh, and basically I'm a Sacred Heart track and field athlete, and I'll let him to introduce himself.
I'm Kelvin, also Sacred Heart track and field athlete. We're both multis here at Sacred Heart. We thought we decided to try something new. Both share love for the sport.
Exactly.
Thought we could also share the love with the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like our whole idea behind like the podcast and stuff like that was really just trying to, spread knowledge, like what's going on in the track world, and just kind of, I guess, keep people updated, but then also just spread some motivation and just provide our experience in today's time, because I feel like not too many people like hear stuff from like youth and stuff like that are in our specific position now. And like, cause like I'm 18, and what are you?
I'm 19.
19, yeah. We 18 and 19, bro. So like, we young.
I feel like some people could, I guess, benefit from hearing different people's stories, especially someone like me. I won't say, like it's Division I here at Sacred Heart, and I'm surprised I even made it on the team. So it's like, I hope I can advocate for those that looking, maybe they're not good enough, but you can definitely find your ways on teams that you never thought you could be on.
I feel like that's like a good kind of topic to just like pop off with, though, for sure. Like most people undercut their potential a lot.
That's for sure.
I feel like that's a big problem in today's society, especially like because people they're always looking on the media and see some like new stuff, like, oh, like for instance Quincy Wilson. They see Quincy out there doing crazy things, and they're like, oh shoot, I want to. Quincy a sophomore, like I'm never gonna make it to like that degree or something like that. They instantly get in their mind, dang, I can't be like him. You know what I'm saying? Or like they just completely shut down that idea of getting to that level.
It's just like, but like you got the Michael Jordans, you got the LeBron James. You will always have that generational talent, but not everybody's a generational talent. You got to show your worth somewhere else too. And like Quincy, he specializes in the 4, the 5. He would definitely turn up in the 200. I feel like, because he's just fast. He really is just a generational talent. And it's just like, but not everybody is gonna be one of those, and not every school is gonna get a generational talent. Like, sure, you got your Georgias, your Alabamas. They might grab a couple of those, but then you got some of these Kentuckys, like schools like that. You could still have a chance to get on these rosters, because like they're still looking for people that they still need athletes. Like, there's gonna always be a need for athletes, and if you can score, that's all that matters, really. If you can somehow place top 8, top 9, get those points for the team, they're gonna want you. And if you do it in multiple events, they're gonna give you money for it too.
I mean, that's facts though. Like it's I mean, that just goes with life though. Like the better you can be at multiple things, the further you can be.
Oh God, yeah.
Like that's why like I'm trying to become a man of many talents, as they say. But the more stuff like I can just like, I like to get into like a bunch of stuff, because like I feel like it's nice to just be able to be that person in a room. Like, oh, I'm trying to fix my computer. Oh, I could do that. Yeah, I got you. You need me to make you a sandwich? I got you. You know what I'm saying? I could cook up something. Let me know. I could really get down in the chef world.
I feel like one thing I've been trying to do too is like, I kind of want to create like a legacy for myself, and almost like even creating this podcast, like creating YouTube videos like that. That's something like my kids could look back to. Mm-hmm. So it's like I want to start that line of athletes in my family. Like my grandfather and my dad, they were immigrants. They came from Dominican Republic. And they didn't do no sports or anything like that. But it's like they did their own thing. Like car dealerships is the family business. But I'm trying to, start my own legacy, start my own thing. Like when you search up Kelvin Paulino, I don't want my dad to show up. I want me to show up. I don't want, like, because I'm a junior. So it's just like, there's that light that's behind me. And it's just like, again, I'm trying to, for my kids especially. I'm not no Matthew Bolton or Quincy Wilson. But best believe I'm going to raise one.
Yeah. Nah, for real. I'm gonna raise a dog. Oh my gosh.
I don't even care if it's a girl or a boy. They're going to the top, straight to the top.
Nah, facts, bro. I'm telling you, as soon as my baby gets out the womb, 2 years old.
Oh God, he running at
10. 2 years old might be too late.
Straight out the womb, you gotta set a hurdle right out the womb.
Yeah.
And you gotta put it right there.
Nah.
You have to have the doctor hold it. If you can't clear the hurdle at birth, dang. he might be cooked. Nice sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, little buddy. You might have to go do band.
Maybe even throw it where's a ladder better. You can see how like the footwork. If he can if he can get salsa right out the bat,
It's
he could be. Like,
hey, if Lil Bro got the hips, I'm not even gonna lie. If he could get elusive in the pocket, you know what I'm saying, we could turn him into a little QB
you know what I'm saying?
football player,
Little wide receiver,
little receiver.
Hey, man,
Get City, he in there. Oh my gosh.
Like say, hold on, what happened? You know, if we got a son that don't want sports at all, like if he's a dancer, you gonna see him on Dance with the Stars. Best believe it, he gonna be all over the place. He'll be famous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No matter what, I'm gonna have.
What is like top? What are top 3 sports you would definitely want your child in, and then top 3 that you would like? Nah.
I would say for sure football,
Okay.
track,
Okay.
and then I'd say soccer, basketball, just because like either or. I mean, I'd let them do their thing. I'd probably say tennis. Is probably one I wouldn't want to see them in, just because like I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do anything with them for tennis. Let's see. I was thinking golf, but not really. If my son was like a golf demon and he got like a scholarship for golf,
Hey, golf makes bread though. Golf makes so much money.
I got a friend. His name's Jack Moy at Assumption,
Yeah.
bro. He got a bag to go to Assumption.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, hey man, if you can go to school for free playing golf,
That's what I'm saying.
honestly, if you can go to school for free playing any sport,
That's really like, yeah, that's what it is. Like if I know my kid's like a freaking like if he like a talented oboist, excuse me, I don't even know what an oboe look like, bruh.
how do you even
But
come with that?
bruh, I was just thinking about an oboe. I don't even.
Like the cello.
Yeah, the cello player. Like if he the greatest cello player, go ahead, gang.
You know, do you think?
Listen, I'm a ride behind my son if I know like I peep that you're top tier. Oh yeah.
It's like that trend that's been going around on TikTok. It's just like, God damn it, it's hot.
It's good. It's good. Thrill. Run around again.
Damn it! It's cut!
I'm gonna be behind them. Shit.
Yep.
They wearing tutus, I'm wearing tutus. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get that shit done.
You be in there.
Hey,
Mad work.
Footwork right. That would get the footwork right.
Oh yeah.
I took a ballet class once.
Oh yeah. How was that?
It was pretty smooth. I won't lie. It was my football coach made us do it, but it was worth it. Like my foot.
But your footwork was probably crazy.
It helps you get in your balance. You know, helps you
Well,
get in your feet.
it get the flexibility and stuff like that too, though. Nah,
That's for sure. Yeah.
I would low key do it only for like just behind the benefits of it. Like I would just take like one class just to see like realistically like how it would like. I would take me from here to like just even like a slight like movement. You know what I'm saying?
And like once you get to that point, it's almost like you'll try everything you can to get better.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like at some point you're gonna plateau, and of course you have to try something unconventional to like surpass your limits.
You know what I'm saying? It's a big thing. Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest thing, really. Like you gotta step outside your comfort zone to really go to that next level. Because some people they get too stuck. Again, like you said, you plateau and then you're like, oh dang. Now you decide to shut down and you ain't got nowhere else to go because you're like, oh, so like this is it. And then it's like a sign of like in track alone, you always hear, oh, don't peak too early. Because then if you peak too early, then your whole season's cooked. You peaking in mind you, we do indoor and then outdoor. If you already peaked by right at the end of outdoor, like realistically, you want to peak kind of by the end of each season. But if you like really reach your peak within the year, like in the middle or like at the start of outdoor or something like that, then like you're just cooked.
Exactly.
You really cooked yourself. That's why it's like all about finding a steady pace and like a good like a really solid foundation that works best for you for real.
And it's just like I feel like a lot of people, especially like in the track or sports world, they get comfortable. They get into like a routine and they do this day-to-day thing, and it's like it gets comfortable for them. And then once they step outside that, it's almost like getting that sense of uncomfortable. It's like they're uncomfortable. It's like things start to go wrong. But it's like once you start getting comfortable in like getting uncomfortable. Dang, I just fucked this up.
Bro, you say
let's cut this out. It's cool though. Whatever. But it's just like, for example, I'll use myself for an example.
Yeah.
I was looking in fall training. I was uncomfortable as fuck. Like that shit was killing me. I don't lie. I couldn't get that. It was hard work. But then eventually, like you start getting more comfortable with it. It's like you start seeing progress. And then eventually, I guess when indoor came, the workouts came a little easier, and obviously you get more comfortable with those easier workouts. And once we got those hard workouts, like I didn't really want to do those. It was just like, damn. It was just like And I felt myself kind of falling backwards because I just didn't start. I started building bad habits and whatnot. And then come indoor conferences, I didn't perform how I wanted. But it was like, it was my fault. It was my own doing. And that spring break, that gave me a week to really like think about everything that I had done previously. And it's just like, I really got to change things. Because like, I'm not fast. I don't jump far. But like, I'm here and I'm trying to show my worth. Like, hey, you 8 seconds in the 60. That's crazy. That's cooked. Like, no matter what, I would get rolled in a freshman only meet.
Yeah.
High school freshman.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's ridiculous. And I will never feel that way ever again. That's like what I'm telling myself. So it's like, spring break was that point for me where it's just like, never again. So ever since then, I've just been putting that work. I'm locked. I got this tunnel vision. And I was just
What do you think? Like, what do you think was the biggest thing that made you like step out of your comfort zone?
Almost like after conferences, I won't lie. Like, if you even, like, say you watch that YouTube video after I no-heighted, I went to the back of the runway and I sat down and I won't lie, I cried. And it's just like that feeling. It's kind of like, I don't want to feel that again. I felt that one too many times. Last year I had that same feeling. It's just like, if I can't, it's like I can't. I'm feeling it way too many times, and I'm not trying to get comfortable with that. And I can't get comfortable with that because it sucks. Yeah. I want to get better, and I want to be a name where it's like, if I pull it to a meet, they got eyes on me. Yeah. Not right now. Nobody got eyes on me, which is low key like.
Oh, Kelvin in the building. Yeah, they get nervous when you step on a runway or something. They know you hold weight, bruh.
Or it's like they want to race against me so they can be more. Like, it's just like, that's how I'm trying to get to. But right now, my name's like, nobody knows who I am, but soon they will. And it's just like, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Like, New England's outdoors is in my city. It's in Worcester. So like, that's gonna be a chance for my family to come see me, my brothers, my friends.
You can really put on for where you from.
Exactly. It's just like, I don't want to just qualify for New England's. I want to at least go out and give them a show. I don't want to start competing in front of my fam and not do nothing with it. It's like, I get dead last. Damn, they really came out to watch me lose. So it was just like, I'm gonna give them a run for their money, and they're not gonna expect it.
Exactly.
They're not gonna see me coming, but they'll know who I am after the season. That's really that. I'm locked. That's the tunnel vision I got right now.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing for me too, like, it's just seeing. I guess I would say like the difference from high school to college. Like, realistically, like the meets that I've been to, like I wouldn't say I've done bad per se, but like, this is definitely not where I could be at all. Like, I'd say like, but then again, like for me, indoor season, I've never done an indoor meet in my life. Or not even indoor meet, but like indoor season. Yeah, like I've literally never ever done an indoor season. So like, I can't really say have raised my expectations too high. And like, sometimes that's a dangerous thing too, like to set your expectations so high where it's like something, not saying like you'll never touch it, but at least it's just the most important thing of setting like realistic expectations for now. Or even just saying like, you can set minor goals to reach. And sometimes like setting those minor goals, it helps with your mind. Like, okay, dang, I can instantly make myself happy again. Like, knowing I got something else. So if I want to reach that gratification, then I can, I got the next goal and I got the next goal to reach this overall big goal. I mean, that's the thing about long-term and short-term goals. That's really what it is.
You gotta like set that one big goal, but you gotta have like little sub goals underneath
exactly.
it to help you get to that massive goal that you have for yourself. And it's like, I got that, after this week of practice, things been going well, and I got that little taste of success is raps. See, like now that I know, like, if the way I'm going right now is going the right way, all right, it's like I'm locked. Like, I'm doing what I gotta do.
And sometimes it's like little stuff that really makes like everything click. Yeah. It's like, bro, like in track, dude, it's like nothing will click for the longest time, but that it's the most simplest thing. You could watch like a simple, like, you could be watching TV or something, dude, and then you're like, oh, that's what he meant?
Exactly.
You just start thinking about practice. Like, I literally, like, I mean, my dude was different. I was watching, like, with hurdles. Like, I've been having a problem. I don't know why, like, I've had this problem so much, but it was just staying tall. Like, over the hurdles. Like, my hurdlers out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I was just kind of having a problem with staying tall recently. And I just watched on, like, Flow Track, the Texas A&M athletes. I can't remember their names right now, but I was just watching them do their practice, and I'd say that was probably that. Literally instantly, I watched that. I said, "Oh,
it's just
That's what I was doing. And then I went to practice. What day was that? Friday?
Yeah.
I literally went to practice Friday. Everything completely changed. Money.
It was money.
I'll put that vid in there, bro.
Your things was
right
money.
there.
I won't lie, it was money.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
just like having those outside perspectives helps us. It helps a lot. And it's almost like you gotta like get coaching from anybody you can. Like even on Friday, me and Ben, I won't lie, like me and Ben were kind of going at it, and it's just like, cause like we're at least I know we're both passionate, and it's good having teammates. I love having a teammate like that. It's kind of sad that he's leaving next year,
Yeah.
but it's just like he pushes me harder, and like I pushed him harder too, cause like. It was hard to understand what he was saying. He was telling me to stay tall, but I was like, I am tall. Like I was standing tall, but he was almost like talking about more of my hips and how I'm like reaching right before the hurdle. And then because of that, like we were kind of like yelling at each other. I yelled at him while he was about to go do his rep, and he got pissed. You could tell he was mad, and he did his rep, but like he did his rep, like he did his thing, and I couldn't say nothing no more. He's just like, "What now?" I was like, "Hey, you're welcome," because it wasn't for me. You wasn't getting that rep then. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, I feel like you need that. Though.
Exactly, you need.
It's healthy competition in a sense of like, bro, if you're on a team and you have nobody to like push you, then it's one thing like it kind of brings that dog out of you in a sense of like, okay, now how am I gonna reach that next level by myself? But also like it's you need that environment because again, like I forgot where I heard this, but it's saying like if you're the smartest person in the room, there's a problem.
You never want to be the smartest person in the room.
Simple. Like if you're in a group of people that don't challenge you or want to at least like bring you to that next level, there's no point for you to be there.
Like you can use this as an example. If you in a like, say you got a girl and she's in a friend, like her friend group is 5 hoes. She's the 6th.
Yeah.
If you're in a friend group with 6 delinquents, you're the 7th. Like that's
Indeed.
how it goes.
Indeed.
If you're in a room with 4
what make you
billionaires-
different? Why are you around that group if you're not one of them?
And it's just like I'm gonna put my like say you want to be a millionaire. All right, befriend some millionaires. Like what
That's
are they
what I'm saying.
doing? They gotta live. You gotta see what the best are already doing and somehow incorporate that into your own life.
And the thing is, too, sometimes people get too like stuck on other people's regimen instead of finding their own. Like he's saying, like if you find that group of millionaires and you want to be a millionaire yourself, you can incorporate small things from each person. That don't mean you gotta now let me go copy his entire life to put it into mine, and then I'm gonna be a millionaire right away. Then you get mad because you're like, oh shoot, it's not working at all.
Exactly.
What am I doing wrong, man?
It's just like everybody is gonna have their own journey. Everybody got their own path. So it's
Exactly.
like you can't compare yourself to someone else. Like I still haven't gotten that like full taste of success. Like I've never had a gold medal in my life before. I've been second before. I've had like that silver, and it's just like I've never had the best color of all, like that gold, and that's what I'm striving for. And as soon as I do, it's right. Like I feel like that's once I taste that first taste of success, the sky's the limit. And like one thing, you gotta look at what the best. Like Daniel Roberts, luckily he has a YouTube channel. Why don't you see what the best obviously he's not the best hurdler Grant is, but he's one of the best, one of the world's best. So why don't you see what he's doing? Try and incorporate that into your life. Kalen Walker, one of the fastest NCAA sprinters right now, he has a YouTube channel too. You can see how he's incorporating into his life, into his training regimen. Somehow do the same things that he's doing and do it into your life. But I'm not them, so I gotta somehow take what they're doing and make it work for me. So it's like that's kind of what I feel like people kind of get stuck on. They just compare themselves to others. Like, oh, they're doing this. Why can't I do this too? It's just like, all right, well, you got to make it work for yourself.
Yeah, I feel like one quote like I had like kind of it was more so senior year, like it was kind of going into senior year again. Like I would just see, like where I'm from Maryland, so like I would just kind of see like Maryland got a bunch of great track athletes for sure. Like even seeing like Nick Harbor or like Brody Buffington, and like those like simple guys, like those are just 2 names that people already know. And that whole weight, I'm like, is they at a different level than me for sure, no doubt. And it's like, and it was like, okay, we're in the same grade and stuff like that. And I mean, we didn't come like obviously we're from Maryland, but like I didn't have the same come up as they did in a sense of like the school they go to now or the proper coaching at that level. And it was like the biggest thing that kind of kept me from going down that negative spiral. Like I would always tell myself, like this was more so like at the start of the season. Like the one thing I remember comparison is the Thief of Joy. Like as soon as I got into like my negative mindset, I was like, okay, like oh shoot, he just broke like even seeing Quincy Wilson pop out like last year, I was like I would see that I'm like okay bro, like I wouldn't say like I would completely get too negative, but I'm like dang like bro, like I didn't get that. Then I'd start like I'm like I didn't get that type of coaching. I didn't like why can't I get at that level? Like what am I missing? And then it starts bringing too many questions. Like yeah, it's good to like be in that like okay, what can I do better stage? But at the same time, when you get like too deep in it, then you just get lost. And like again, like I was saying, I would repeat to myself when I get like go too far down that hole. I would like comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. Play it back, and I'm like okay. Then I completely wipe all that negative stuff out, and I just reset my mind, and then I go.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a great quote. One quote I got that actually just reminded me of that is shout out Trayshawn Bowie. He always said it to me last year on my freshman year. He would always say like period, and he'd be your attitude is your altitude. So it's just like what you give out. Yeah, and it was like we had this one teammate low key like hey he was my boy. Shout out Dom. And it's just like sometimes he come to practice a little negative, and it's just like he'd always be like your attitude is your altitude. And it's just like. And it is facts. It's like if you come in with a bad attitude, bad negative energy, you're not gonna have a good productive session. So it's just like, again, it's like your attitude is your altitude. And I like low key, you gotta repeat that to yourself. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna come like sure, I'm not gonna be the fastest, but I'm gonna come to practice, and I'm gonna make sure everybody else is working just as hard. Like I'm gonna push people to be better, even if I'm not as fast as they are. Like I'm not as fast as you, but I'm gonna try and push you to.
But if you still, that's what I'm saying, and that's the thing though. Like even if you're not like the fastest on the team. Or like in a sense, like it's just something like that. You can still always push somebody, no
like,
matter what.
Even if you just have to use your words, like even just words helps. Like
I would love like Kel's the type of teammate too. Like he gonna give you the constructive criticism if you need it, or just like again, like we all like even at practice, like we can work through things, and he'll tell me, oh, you got to bring this leg down further, or I'll tell him, yeah, you gotta lift your body up or something like that. Something simple. We can all provide each other with that criticism, and it's not like it doesn't have to become like oh dang, why you keep telling me stuff?
Exactly. It's just like
because I feel like if you keep getting mad that somebody's correcting you, then there's a problem. Really.
And it's like that's one thing I love about like the multis. Like you have your strengths and I have mine. So it's like when it comes to the throws, I can help you out a little bit more. When it comes to the hurdles, you can give me a little more tips.
Yeah.
Long jump, I be watching your long jumps. All right, that's how I gotta do it. So it's like it helps having be able to like these different events. Is like we can lean on each other for these different reasons.
Yeah. And I think I would like to touch on the multis aspect too. Like, bro, the heptathlon and decathlon. 7 events and 10 events. Regardless, all those events, you got to put it all together to become, like, the elite multi. So, like, realistically, there's always going to be, no matter, like, what level you are, even as a pro, there's still, like, you see them throw crazy heights, but those are still, like even though you ask them, oh, yeah, what's your worst event? They'll still say something that you're like, dang, like, what do you mean that's your worst event?
Exactly. It's just like...
But it's like everybody got their strengths and their weaknesses no matter what. And it's like being surrounded by a group of people that all, like, have those different kind of strengths and weaknesses. So, like, in the areas, like you said, for example, like, throws, like, I'm lacking in throws, and he can help me in throws. And then him in hurdles, like, I can help him in hurdles. And then we both have those different experiences. And that's why it's important to just be surrounded by the right people and people from, I feel like, it's just being important, like putting yourself around people from different walks of life.
It's just like you got to grow those weaknesses into your strengths. Like even those pros, like those are their weaknesses, but they've mastered, they got the ability to turn that weakness into a strength. So like say Kyle Garland, he's a dog in every event he is. Even like the 1,000 would say is his weakest event, but he still runs a 2:49. That's still like a crazy fast time. And you would say that's his weakness, but that weakness doesn't affect him. That weakness is a strength, and it's just like that's how you got to get. And it's just like, damn.
Yeah, like I feel like my mindset, like when I was kind of starting track, 'cause I started track 7th grade, right? And I was living out the country at the time because my dad's military. So like 7th and 8th grade, I was living out the country. And basically when I was living out the country, like I said, I started track in 7th grade, and I was always like a kid. I knew I had speed, and I was gonna start 6th grade, but then it was one of those, oh yeah, my grades wasn't right, so then my dad didn't let me do it. So then 7th grade, I really got to get into it, and then I instantly kind of fell in love with it. But I was like always that kid. So it was, again, I was out the country, so it wasn't like big on track, but also like the way like they would train us, it was like, okay, bro, like it was serious though at the same time. So but then I'm running against the high schoolers still like winning, you know what I'm saying? So then like I kind of started my 400 journey in 7th grade, and then going to 8th grade, the biggest thing was, like the one thing that I loved so much, I always loved the 4 because I saw the strategy behind it, and I loved the 4 because other people hated it. Like,
You just try to be different.
exactly. It was a thing of me trying to be different, but then also if everybody hates it and I love it, then I can grow further than people. Like, realistically, like, yeah, even sometimes the best people, they are like, oh yeah, they still hate the race, but it's like if you can find that love for something that you know is your weakest point, then you can only go up. Like, literally, like, I think eighth grade and like kind of my sophomore year, because we missed out on 10th grade or 9th grade because of COVID or whatever for me. It was just, I grew so much because like I said, I saw the strategy behind it, and I was like, okay, all these people hate it, and if I find a love for it, and if I find a love for something that I can hate and really keep pushing at it, why can't I be great?
That's a great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it was just like, it was really like getting there to like, okay, I'm gonna enter myself in a 400 every single week. Like, I was literally running it. I was probably, yeah, I would think I was running a 400 almost every meet, bro. Because I was just, I wanted to be good at it. And it was like, and it's a great feeling when you can actually say, like, dang, I really, like, did that, bro. Like even thinking about it now, I'm like, dang, like, I really put myself through, like, I guess kind of that to get where I am. And it's, like, even an aspect, like, 10th grade, I ended up in Maryland. That was my last year in Maryland. I placed 3rd in state for the 400. And I, still, even, like, 3rd in state, I still medaled, bro, in 10th grade. Like, even, and it was the fact of I was running it all the time. And, like, those were my prime years of saying, like, I was really getting after it because I was going literally my regional meet for states and my district meet for state or for AAU, because I was doing AAU and school track at the same time. So I was like, my district meet for club and my regional meet for high school, they was on the same day, on a Saturday, and it was an hour apart. So I had to wake up mad early because AAU always starts early. So I like went, I forgot, it was low-key far from our house, but I think I woke up at like 5 in the morning or something like that to go to my meet. And then I think I probably started, it was barely even light outside for real. We probably started at like 7. Nah, I don't think I ran the 4, but it was just, I think I ran like, I did high jump and like the 200 or something like that, but I'm still competing in 2 events already. So then I go to that meet, and then my district meet and regional meet an hour apart. And I literally, like, my mom was like, okay. Yeah, my mom was like, listen, as soon as you run that 2, I'm going to have a car pulled up. So literally you got to book it from the race straight to the car. That's exactly what I did. I freaking ran the 200, got off the line, went over to my tent, got my bag, got in the car. I was knocked. Oh, yeah, no. I didn't even, like, look at my time, bro. I was like, yeah, I was gone. Hour drive. I'm like half asleep, freaking tired, cause like, bro, running a full speed 200 low-key hurts, bro.
It's 200 meters. You gotta give it all. Yeah.
No, for real. But like, I was in the car like hot and sleepy, bro, and then I'm driving to my other meet, and cause this is when Maryland low-key be getting mad hot sometimes too. So then like it was reaching like peak heat, bro. And then I'm driving that hour. I pull up to my other meet. I had to run a 400. I think I missed the 1. And then I think I ran a 4x4 as well, and I think I might have ran the 4x1.
Damn.
Yeah.
This was for your school now.
Yeah, this is for my school meet. Like, bro, I was getting after it in like 10th grade and stuff, bro. Oh my gosh.
You got no regrets.
Yeah, not at all, honestly. Like, it's just, bro. But it was like, it was just putting myself through those different things because I knew like, it's just, for me, more was always better than less. So, like, if I could put myself through that high, like, intensity of, like, even just going through, like, having, like, the fact that my mom even sacrificed the fact to drive an hour from one place to the other for me to make it, bro, like, going to 2 meets in one day, like, that's a blessing, bro, because not everybody gonna have that or somebody to do that for them. It was, bro, like, it put me ahead, like, just mentally so much, honestly.
I feel like having that parent would definitely play a role in everything, because I guess I do have a regret. I wish I started track sooner. I started my senior year, and I did indoor. We still had to wear the masks and whatnot, and most of our meets were at Northbridge High School, which it was just in the gym. You couldn't wear spikes. You had to wear like flats, and then it was the 50-yard hurdle, not the 50, not even the 50-meter, not even the 55. It was the 50-yard. Hey, I mean, I got the 50-yard school record, but it's like, it don't even mean nothing. And honestly, like, if you see the video, it's just like, I'm not even going fast or nothing. I still only got like second, and it's just like, I wish I had that. I wish I started sooner. And one thing, like, my parents, they don't really, even with football, they weren't. My mom would go to all my games from like a kid. My dad would go to a couple, but it's just like, sports weren't always like their focus. My dad was always like, my dad's he's a go getter. Like, he gets to it. He's almost like he focused on business. He's a businessman. So like sports was never like his worry. And even track, he thought even telling me like I went to Assumption my first year for track because like that's the D2 wasn't too bad. He even told me he straight up told me that I was going nowhere with track, and that kind of just like built this fire. Like, I just got to prove him wrong. And it's just like, but then coming home over spring break and whatnot, like seeing him, he said I like look a lot better like physically and whatnot. It's like having that support definitely helps a little bit, but it's just like having that him saying that I wouldn't succeed just gave me that fire. Like, I want to succeed even more. I want to just prove him wrong, and it's tough. And it's like that senior year, and I wish I started sooner. I feel like if I started sooner, I would have a greater base. And I don't know, like my mom, she's always supported me through everything. I'm like all her texts, like if I have a meet, she'll like text me in the morning. She's like, "Oh, good luck," and it's just. I just want that feeling, like I said at New England. Like, if I just want to touch the podium. Honestly, if I get top 3, I'll be more than happy. And if I get top 5, I'd be more than happy. It's just like I want to be able to, after that meet, hug my mom, knowing I did something. It's just like, honestly, shit, I might cry for it. Like, honestly, I probably would. If I go out and I do something I've never done before, do something nobody in my family's done before, it's just like, it would really just mean it would just mean so much more. And like, it would just make me push that much harder these next couple of years. Like I still got 3 more years. Like I'm a sophomore in college, but I'm a freshman in track, so I still got 3 more years, and it's just like it's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, and sometimes like I feel like it's good though. Like, it's really nice to have that one person like that like is in your corner like always for sure. But then like also like on the aspect of like I wish I started sooner too. Like I be thinking that, but also like I feel like imagine if. Like how good your story gonna be if you could tell people I only started senior year, bro.
That's how I like to look at it.
Bro, like even little stuff like that, I'm like, bro, I could already say like I'm ahead of all these people because like in my instance, I mean I started 7th grade, so like I had a little time, but it was still the aspect, bro. I'm not even supposed to be in the grade I am. I literally just turned 18 in October.
That's so, like, true. You young as hell.
I'm not even supposed to be in college right now.
You are young as hell.
So, like, to say that, like, I'm still at the point that I am, I can still say, like, I'm kind of ahead of the curve somewhat. So, like, I have these little competitive edges on certain aspects. So, I'm like, bro, just use that to your advantage and keep going. Like, and it's, like, just use that as a minor, like, just use that as a boost. Like, think about that. Like, realistically, you started in senior year. You're D1 now.
I'm currently, and it's like, like I said, like everybody's journey is different. I feel like everybody knows that. Like if you look at like Khalil Mack, he only started football his senior year, I believe, too, and then he went to the University of Buffalo, I think it was. And I mean, everybody knows Khalil Mack now, so I feel like the rest is history. But it's just like you just gotta grind. Like it's really you just gotta focus on yourself. It's that having that tunnel vision.
That's it.
And once you get that tunnel vision, I feel like I didn't have that tunnel vision. I feel like growing. I didn't really like. I had the work. I had the want. Like I can dream. I won't lie. When I go to sleep, I dream of track every day. I just dream of track, and it's just like. But you gotta. Dreaming can only take you so far because of course dreams feel good. Everything feels real and on and on. But like. Yeah, exactly. That action is what brings that dream to reality. Like I was like in one of my conversations with my brother. We were talking today. He was hitting me with all these like different quotes and how like it's his destiny and desire. And I just kept telling him it's like almost. Dreaming it is easy. It's like easy to dream, but it's like once you take that step forward into action, that's when like brings your dreams to reality. And it's like I always say compare. You don't want to compare yourself to nobody, but if like say in 5 years from now, like 2028 Olympics are right here in LA. Hell yeah, I want to qualify. Oh yeah. So it's like I'm a work for that shit, but it's just like. If I don't start working right now, why do I deserve it more than, say, Josh? Say Josh is right now, he starts working day one. Like, he's working every day until 2028. I start working in, like, 3 years. I start working just as hard. But, like, why do I deserve it more than he did? Yeah. And I'm not trying to compare myself to Josh, but it's just like he put in more work, he put in more effort, he deserves it more than I do. So it's like you just really just got to start. You really got to go out there and just get after it. And you can't just like a lot of people will be like, oh, tomorrow.
Yeah, you keep pushing it off. Just go.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like, bro. Like that's just my whole aspect behind a lot of things too. Like you just gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's obviously like you want to think before you act, or like just think before you do. But if it's like a certain thing, like even like some people, oh yeah, I'm gonna start working out when I just do it.
Like if you look at January 1st, every year the gym will always be packed.
Yeah.
Go back 2 months later, crickets. You probably see half of as many people, and it's just like it goes to show who really got that mindset and who doesn't. And it's just some people want it more than others.
Yep, and that's like, bro, like once you really like divulge into that mindset truly, you'll notice like you will take off so much. Like you'll be here like from last year, and then if you really like lock in, you will go from here to here instantly. And it's just like, and it's the best feeling, bro. Like
It really is.
just seeing again, like I was saying, even on like the track standpoint, it's like you'll see, okay, I see where I was at 8th grade to now. Like it's a completely different person. Like even track wise and mindset wise, like it's 2 completely different levels, bro.
Like I wish I could go back to senior year as I am right now. I would. I swear I'd clear everybody and everything.
Yeah.
Like I just want it more now. I want it bad, and like that want is really like what's driving me.
But sometimes it takes most of the time it takes those experiences to get you to where you are now. And now it's like then you have to come to the point. What are you gonna do with it? Like if you had that, like you have that mindset now. So it's like now let that take you to the new height. And sometimes it's like I would like to say like obviously like I mean I'm human. I would say like there's certain things like I would rather not have done in my life, but like it's just more so I try to not look at it so much as a regret, but it's like where would I be if it didn't happen?
It's not a loss; it's a lesson.
Exactly, it's not a loss; it's a lesson. That's it.
Like my freshman year at Assumption, I ended up getting hurt at this one meet at Stonehill. I PR'd that meet in the long jump too, but my Achilles had been nagging me, and I was just like, it's cool though. Like in warm ups, it was like it was hurting a little bit, but it was like it's whatever. And I ended up fouling, but the official was nice enough to like mark it up for me. Ended up being it was a 6.22. So like that's I have yet even to touch 6 meters this season, which is blasphemous. But then when I go over to high jump, then with long jump, I go to high jump. And literally, we're just warming up. No bar is up. I'm just going to do a run-up. Something just, like, popped in my Achilles. Thankfully, it was no tear. I got it checked out, but, like, I literally could not walk. I had to get carried off the track. Yeah. It was honestly it hurt bad. Like, it hurt terribly. And I'm sitting with the trainers, and they're, like, touching it. They're telling me that at least it's still, like, intact, but, they can't really tell everything, like, what's wrong. Because, like, they say it feels bad, but they can't tell without, like, I have to get an MRI scan. Yeah. And what, like, opened my eyes is I'm not going to, like, publicly diss her or nothing, but, like, my head coach, she walked past me and she looked at me. We held eye contact, and she didn't say a thing. That's when I was like, okay, this is not where I need to be. Yeah. And here I am at Sacred Heart. I transferred, and I was literally fall training. We did high jump, and I was a little scared to start doing it. And, of course, my Achilles starts to hurt. And it was like I ended up, after that, and kind of like after I got hurt, I had to wear a boot for a month. I missed conferences and whatnot, and I did go through a little bit of rehab. And I started feeling better all through summer. I was feeling fine, but then I come back for fall training, it starts to like hurt again, and it's just like, that kind of wasn't sitting right with me, and I started hitting the trainers, and at least like the trainers here, they helped me a lot, and I got I was flat-footed. Now I got an arch back in my foot. My Achilles, not a single problem. The only thing I really got to worry about is shin splints, but I don't even have those because I've been taking care of my body. Every day I ice bath, and it's like, I feel like when it comes to success, 50% of it is off the track than it is on the track. Right. You got to take care of your body. If you're not healthy, what can you truly do for yourself?
That's facts. Then it just sets you back so much further. Because then especially bro, the fear behind injuries is real, dude. Like I heard, right now, I hurt my hip right at our conference meet, and then after that I was out for 2 weeks, and right now I would say it doesn't feel as though something's gonna happen, but I wouldn't say it feels 100%.
And it's just like it's in the back of your head.
Yeah, it's in the back of my head. I'm like, bro, I don't want to be out for 2 weeks and get ill. Like, mind you, like that's not that long to like certain people to have like worse injuries, but it's still like I don't get injured for real. So like for me to have like certain things that really knock me out, I'm like, dang, like it's just crazy to me. It's the most important thing is taking care of my body, like every day, making sure I stay on top of my stretching and stuff like that. Because if I don't stretch, I feel like that next day I'm gonna be cooked.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tear something, or it's just gonna go bad. Like it sucks to like kind of think about that all the time, but it'll keep me on top of myself and keep me healthy, realistically.
And it's like that's kind of like one of the biggest things I can tell from like compared to like high school track. Like I started senior year, but my program, we weren't that big of a program. Like indoor season, I was the only senior on the team, and we would do our warm up was 2 laps around the school, which 4 laps is about just under like honestly like no 3 laps is 400 meters. So like that can put you into that can put it into perspective. So we would do 2 laps, and then 15 minutes of core, and then we would. That's it. That was our warm up. We'd go straight to sprinting after that. So it was like, but at the time, like I had just started track. I didn't really think. I didn't think much of it. Sure, I was a senior. I was grown and everything, but like I didn't really think much of it. And it was just like, all right, I would just do it. And it's like thinking about it now, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Like that is absurd. Yeah. That's insane. And then and it's just like what the hell. But I mean, my coach was like he was a distance runner, so they almost like would do their own type of warm up once they got outside. Like they would warm up with like 1 mile or whatever. And it's just like. And then after practice, I would just get in my car and leave. I would just go home.
See, but realistically, like even like I was saying earlier, like that's a blessing in a sense that you only got into it senior year. Because if you would have been doing that your whole
I would have been cooked.
I would have been cooked,
bro. Like my hamstrings gone.
Yo would have got
quad literally every injury that you could possibly issue. Like because like it was like damn that's crazy. But my coaches, they were distance coaches, so they helped. They definitely did. Like, but most of my coaching came from TikTok. I'll be honest. I did a lot of my own coaching. Yeah. Like, I'll send Josh some videos of like me training in the hallway, and my form is terrible. But I didn't know any better, and I built this terrible habit. I still have. I kick at the hurdle. I don't drive my knee. I kick at the hurdle, and I'm still trying to break that habit. But like, I don't even know like how to like say it at this point. I'm gonna cut that part out real quick. But it's just like everybody's path is different, but fuck, dang, I lost my train of thought.
Nah, it's good, bro.
I lost my train of thought.
I'll think of what you're saying though. Like, I feel like the biggest thing too is just breaking those habits. Like, it's certain things like you have coaches that won't always just guide you the right way, and if you can, like, looking for your own, just doing the research on your own really is the biggest step too. Like it's. Again, like what he said, 50% is on the track and 50% is off. That other 50%, it don't just go along with like stretching and like eating right. It also goes with like really divulging into your sport and looking for what you want to get better at. Like watching, like I was telling y'all, like even watching the Texas A&M videos, like I can literally watch track videos for hours.
And I won't lie, if you go on my YouTube channel, if you go through my history, it's just track. Like, I was watching this one video today from Team Hoot. He's a pole vault YouTuber. And for pole vault, I've been struggling a lot. And it's like one thing that helped me is like, okay, I got to bring my feet to my hands. And that my pole vault changed after that, and I started getting a lot better. But in the video, he goes, a lot of pole vaulters, they try and get their feet to their hands, and they think that's it. At the end of the day, it's like the feet don't really matter. It's all in the hips. If you can get your hips up, your feet are also going to go up. So you got to really worry about getting your hips up more than your feet. So it's like I really wasn't thinking about it from like a hip standpoint. Like I knew.
That makes sense though because it controls like everything.
Exactly.
That's where the pelvis is where everything connected to. You know what
and it's like I knew like you got to get your hips up over your shoulders. So like I would do at least that. But it's like I wouldn't strive to try and throw because he was like hips clear bars, feet don't. And it's like that is true. Like when you go over. When you pike, it's your hips that are going over the bar. It's not your feet. Like, sure, you got to take your feet first, but you got to drive your hips. And it's like videos, I would not have known that if I did not watch that video. And it's like your coach will help you. Like, I won't lie. Like, I love Coach Wisser. I'm not going to lie. I mess with him heavy. I love Coach Wisser. He's helped me so much. And I really pray he never leaves. Like, I trust everything he says, but he's not going to, of course, know everything. and he can only do so much. Like, think about it. He has to coach multis, jumps, pole vault, and the throws. So he has so many people on his plate. He's not going to always remember what you need.
Yeah, because a little problem we're going through right now, like we're out of a coach currently. So like our coaching situation is just a little different right now. So we're just trying to modify and keep going. And also like I feel like we're in college now, so it's there for like we understand. College is more like I feel like what people don't tell you, like they tell you like just regular school wise, like you're on your own, but then like in track, like you just gotta learn to like really do stuff on your own, like more so at a meet, like your coach isn't gonna be able to watch you like 24/7, like how they kind of used to, or actually like monitor you.
And it's like how, if you see jumpers, every jumper has like, right before they start their jump, everybody got like their different thing. So it's like you got to think the same way when it comes to track, like just your day-to-day activity too. Like, and track is, it's a team sport, but it's just as individual as it is team sport.
Exactly.
Because like you got Kalen Walker from Iowa. He's over here getting second, but like you don't really see that many other people from Iowa doing this other thing. Actually, Iowa had their 800-meter runner. He he cooked. He came from junior college, JUCO, to Iowa. That's like, I'd love to hear a story like that.
Dog.
That's a dog. Like, think about it. He came from JUCO to now national champ.
Yeah, not even just JUCO, like bro, like Cordell Tinch. Bro came out
D2?
of nowhere. D2 to freaking making it to the Olympics? Bro?
Yeah, like he's Paris 2024. It's him, it's Cordell Tinch, Trey Cunningham, Daniel Roberts, or Grant Holloway. Those are the only three can go. So we gonna have to stay tuned for who goes. And it's just like, but now he's in that conversation.
Bro, like you came out of D2, like, and the thing is, too, some people get too like caught up on the fact of, if I don't go Division I, it's nothing. Or they just get caught up like, bro, like anything lower than D1 is trash.
And it's just like, that's just not the case.
It's just not the case. The fact that you even made it to college in general, you should give yourself a round of applause, bro. Like,
and it's like, I know it don't seem like that, but I think the number is only, like 7% of high schoolers go do a sport, which is like, once you get to college, sure, you see, it's inevitable you're going to compare yourself to people, but it's like, you are there. You are doing something. Other people aren't. Like, you got to set yourself apart.
Right. Even JUCO Nationals, bro. We'll pull up the results, bro. I'll put the results like right there.
Like,
I'll show you the JUCO National results, but they still
running
got dogs in there.
Yeah,
bro.
like no matter what division, once you go to that national meet, they're running crazy times. And it's like, we're D1, but Pitt State, where Cordell Tinch was, they're killing us. If say they were in our conference, they could easily go D1, but they don't need to. So it's like, why go D1? But they're as good as a D1 team. Most D2 schools, like those top D2 schools, they're just as good, if not better than D1 teams.
Yeah.
So it's like SCSU, Southern Connecticut State, that's a local team right here. If they could easily go D1. They've won the NE10 like 50 times in the last 50 years. Like, they win every year. Yeah. But it's like, they don't have to go. Why go up, But and their coaching, and it's actually kind of the same. Like, but D2, D1, D2, D3, there's not too much of a difference. Of course, you're going to have, like, D3's qualifying standards for nationals are different, and you'll have, like, lesser athletes. Like, you got, like, Worcester State. That's where I'm from. I'm from Worcester. Worcester State, their track program, it's pretty garbage. I won't say it just like that because, like, they just don't have the depth. They don't have a lot of depth. Not a lot of – they don't have any multis. Like, it's just – so, like, it varies. If you're a D1 school that don't have depth, it's like – you probably don't belong in D1. So it's like, it doesn't. I feel like division, that number after it doesn't really matter. You're in college.
Wipe out the idea of division and just succeed. That's it. Like, realistically, anybody from any division can make it to the Olympics, no matter what. Anybody, even some people, they might not even go to college. You don't even have to go to college to make it to the Olympics. You could literally just go from high school, and you could probably pick up track later in your life and then start running. If you want to make it to the Olympics and you really strive for it, somebody could do it. I mean, like,
you got Arion Knight and Noah Lyles. They didn't go to college.
That's what I'm saying. Arion Knight, bro, high school athlete,
he
bro.
just turned 20.
Bro hasn't even been to college. He came straight out of high school.
Bro
going from his freaking math class to running that
again. That's crazy to me. It's wild. And then Noah Lyles, he committed to Florida. Then he decommitted. He's like, nah, I'm going to go pro. And he went pro. Yeah. So it's just like, you don't have to go to college. Sure, college will give you those stepping stones. Like, for me, college hell, like I would not be here if it wasn't for college, and of course that degree. Like I don't think I'm a be a professional athlete, but I would definitely love to get a taste of going to one of those big competitive meets, and it's just like, but I'm trying to get that degree, and thankfully track has given me the opportunity to come to Sacred Heart. The business program is really nice here. The business campus is gorgeous over there. I got a finance lab that I have access to 24/7. I can just sit in there, study, and it's just like, if it wasn't for track, I would never have come to Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart was not even on my radar until Coach Kudequest called me up. And so it's just like,
literally, that was the same thing for me, bro. He called me out of nowhere. Nah, like, bro, I'm living in Hawaii, and I get a freaking text from dude. I'm like,
that's kind of crazy. Even thinking about you, like you are in Hawaii, now you're all the way up in Connecticut.
Hey, yo, I think I literally woke up in the morning. I just looked at my phone. I was like, Coach Kudequest. Like, Sacred Heart. We're Sacred Heart. Connecticut. What are you talking about right now?
And I mean, hey, here you are. And I can't wait for this outdoor season.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as
I'm going to go dumb and outdoors, bro.
And I'm gonna lie, like that touch of like hot weather. I don't know what it is, but it just makes you. It gives you good vibes.
It gives those goosebumps, bro. I'm, oh my gosh, outdoors is what I really strive at, boy.
And like I've been trying to tell him, maybe you should try the 400 hurdle, but like, it'll probably take him a couple of convincing. But like I think it's kind of crazy, but like I do have some interest in the 400 hurdle just to like get my open 400 like time down.
Okay.
No, and plus, the multi isn't an event, sadly, in our conference, but the 400 hurdle is. So it's like, if I can score points in anything, I'm going to do it.
What do you think the hardest event is, right?
400 hurdle and the 800. I'd say those two events.
Okay.
For sure. Because, like, think about it. 800, that's a sprint. That's a sprint. Like, if
I
you
would never do that in my life.
To run like a 148, that's insane. If you look at the world record, he ran he like 48 seconds each 400. That's absurd. I would dream of running a sub 48 400, and he did it twice.
I would never.
It's just like,
nah, bro, got it.
I don't even want to know what his training was looking like. Like I'm over here, I hate training for the 15. I don't lie, 15. I'm not looking forward to running it, and I hate running those like distance workouts. It's like I never do, but like I can't imagine what he did.
Yo, bro, I literally every time when I would do the deck, my heart on the 1500 line, we get there, my heart used to be freaking jumping on my chest, boy. Everything in my body was not working, bro. I was so scared, dude. And that fear from the 15 was real.
And then like in indoor, when we were doing the hep, I had a terrible hep, but when we lined up for the 1K, when they were like, all right, you're in the first heat, I was like, oh nah. So then I go up and like, your heart is just thumping. It's like,
like that's even worse than a 4. I'm not even gonna lie. Like my heart has never pounded that bad
it's just like,
for any race.
And it's like that second, it's like on your mark. That time in between the gun going off is the longest couple seconds of my life, and it's just like, honestly, I want that shit to last. I want that gun to malfunction. But it's just like at the end of the day, I got through it. I didn't have the best time, but I ran the race. I didn't have a good strategy. I don't know why. I paced myself with Langston Pearson. He runs.
Freaking dog.
He's a dog. Like distance is something he got, and we're coming around that first 400. I hear the 56, 57. I'm like, cooked. What you mean? I'm running. I was just like, nah, this can't be.
Coach?
And
this can't be real.
2 laps in, and all of a sudden I start seeing people start passing. I'm like, nah, hold on. And then I'm like, all right. I was like, nah, okay. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep my pace so that I can like turn up. Yeah. And I want that final bell. You hear the ring. And I'm trying to give it my all, but then my all isn't catching them. I still they're going farther and farther. I'm like, that's when I knew I was cooked because like I gave out too much too early.
Hey yo, bro,
I didn't have a race plan.
That's like the same thing, like the 15 and like the 4, bro. Like talk about that last 100 of the 4. Wicked.
Because like that's when the pain. That is what hell feels like.
Oh yeah.
That's hell on earth.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like.
Oh yeah, because everything go black or it just get real blurry. You fight for your life. But like I remember, I got this one specific video. Like I'll put like the ending clip of it in. It's literally on the last 100. I can tell you, bro, all my leg, like everything, lactic acid, bad. And I'm trying to catch dude. I end up passing him, but like I only ran a 53 at that time. And I was like, bro, like the fact that my legs was hurting that bad for me to run a 53 and like I literally was trying to pass him and trying to speed up. I don't know how I passed him, but I felt nothing but pain. My legs were so jello. Literally, I'll like try to zoom into the piece or whatever. Like on the end, I passed the line. I couldn't stop myself, and I ended up falling.
Ooh,
you
fell at the. I won't lie. I actually have a similar story to that. Like, and once you hit the time, I low key was. You could tell I was kind of cooked. Like, so we're lining up at the start, and the kid that's gonna get first, he's like, because he runs a 55, which think about it, 55 isn't even that crazy of a time. But at the time, I thought that was a crazy time. So like I'm running, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna get first. So I was just trying to get second. So I'm like, I'm pacing myself with the guy in front. Obviously he starts to break off. It is what it is. But then the dude behind me in third, because I was in the second lane in the stagger, and he starts trying to get up on me. I was like, So like we're battling basically the whole rest of the way. And then he kind of starts to like get me a little bit, but then I'm like, all right, no, he's gonna die out. I'm trying to like conserve. Come around that 150, I start kicking. But like my kick, I won't lie, it's not that crazy. Like I didn't have a crazy, but he died out early, and I'm coming through, and I gave it my all. Like when I tell you, I was running, and then I crossed, and I was like, what was my time out here? 60. I was like, obviously, of course, I was happy with it. I was satisfied. I finished the race. I finished the race. I was living. I got second place. It is what it is. In my heat, I got second place. And then I go online. Yeah, that 60 is ass. I was like, oh my God, I'm cooked.
But and it be the pain of you running your heart out, dude, and you still sometimes don't even PR.
It's just like,
I'm like, yeah, what's going on?
And I sat down on that grass. I was just like, wow.
Bro, and especially the 4, bro. Like, you run your heart out in a 4 and you don't PR.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's just like, what did I do that for?
Nah. No, for real. Why did I just put myself
exactly that? It's just like, hey, but at least now I'm guaranteed a PR. No matter what I run in this 4, I'm guaranteed a PR. Because I didn't get to do the deck last year, so I didn't run a 4 last year. So my PR in the 4 currently is only 58. I'm dev running faster than 58. You can't. I don't care. It's guaranteed. So it's like, hey, no matter what, it's a PR. I guess you can look at it that way. So it's just like a PR is a PR. But
you know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna get ready to wrap things up, man. You know what I'm saying? Good little first podcast for sure, bro. So let me know what y'all think, and just you
got any topics for the next one?
Exactly. If you got any topics, you know what I'm saying?
Even a name for it. Shit. Even if a name for it.
Yeah, we just well, we're gonna upload it to YouTube and stuff like that, obviously. So like spam the comments with like specific topics and stuff like that you want, or I'll put like our Instagram or something like down below in the bio or whatever, so you can follow both of us and just message us some things that you want us to touch on or whatever, some things like that. But again, appreciate y'all for watching.
Of course, it's Kelvin, it's Josh, you know how I be.
You know what I'm saying? Come back next time, man. Appreciate y'all.